What's up, loungers? It just seems too short. It really does.
So?
You know why? Because we're so used to a long.
Yeah, we're used to our original minute-long intro.
Like, what's up, loungers? Hey, we wanted to talk to you about a topic that me and Tom were just discussing earlier, and it's about things that you don't like to do. Which Tom apparently has a lot of them.
A couple of them.
A lot more than I do. No,
As of late.
I probably have a long list of things I don't like to do. For instance, guess what I did today? I had to go to the dentist.
Yep.
As I'm getting a text right now.
Yeah. And yeah, that's just, it's the common thing, but it's something that everybody has to deal with, dentists.
Dentist. Yeah, I have to go every 3 months for cleanings and stuff. And it's a pain, because for me to go to the dentist, I have to take antibiotics every single time.
Right, because he got teeth problems.
No, that's for my knee.
For some reason, he got teeth in his knees.
I got distracted by a moth. I'm like, the dogs on that one thing. Ball? Or squirrel?
You mean the movie Up?
Is that the movie?
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm like the dogs on Up. But
in other words, just dogs in general.
Yeah, but because I have a short attention span and I get distracted really easy. But no, I mean, I have to take antibiotics, so that's a pain in the neck. I got to take 4 pills every time I go to the dentist for a cleaning or whatever. I have to have it done. So it's
weird that something involving your knee, you have to take stuff.
Yeah, well, supposedly the bacteria can go into your blood, and for some reason it knows, hey, the knee's been compromised. Let's go there.
I don't know.
And you don't want an infection, if you have a knee replacement, because then you have to get another knee replacement after they clean all the infection out. And I don't want to have to deal with that again, even though it was a nice little vacation I had.
You were miserable.
Well, after the first 2 weeks, then it was a nice vacation I had. It was only the first 2 weeks. It was only when you were around.
It's the entire time.
What don't you like to do, Tom, besides wake up before noon?
First of all, I always wake up before noon. It's 11 o'clock that's been...
Oh, wake up before
lately.
11.
Look, if I could force myself up at 9 and
so one of the things,
arbitrarily, I'd do it.
But one of the things you don't like to do is wake up early, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's something that he doesn't like to do. I like to wake...
It's weird, because I like getting up earlier, but I also like staying up.
Right.
So it creates this really not good situation of, I like having the 8-hour sleep, but I also like staying up so I can, hang out with my friends and such, but I also like getting up earlier, because then it feels like there's just more of the day.
Yeah.
Which is why the human sleep schedule sucks.
Pay no attention to the clock. We don't know what's going on. Is it even... Can you see the clock on there?
You can see a little bit of it.
Oh, okay. They can't tell what time it is then. The clock has been acting up. We're not sure what's going on with that.
The battery went out on it, and
put a new one in, and it's worse now than it was before.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
We don't know.
I don't know. But obviously, it doesn't like to keep time. So there's something it doesn't like to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Although this is a little less about stuff that it's about oh, this is what we don't like to do, as opposed to this is more about things that we need to do, whether we want to do it or not.
That we don't want to do.
Right.
Yeah, like go to the dentist. You need to do it, but you don't want to do it.
Right. Or, in my case, what's coming up? Jury duty.
Mm-hmm.
That fun thing. Something I want to know from our international fans is jury duty, or just municipal judge things, is that a thing in other countries, or is that just a U.S. thing?
Yeah, it's a good question. If the other thing is you better not oversleep, because there was a kid in Florida that overslept and didn't show up one day, and he got sentenced to 10 days in jail.
Because a thing that we have no say in actually doing.
And Tom don't want to go to jail because he'll be somebody's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's coming up, and I'm not really looking forward to it that much.
No, I wouldn't either. But maybe you won't get picked. I told him, I said, hey, just go in there when they ask you a question, say, hang them all. Hang them all. Electric chair. Get them all. And maybe they won't pick you. Or maybe they will.
It's weird how that could actually wind up working against me.
I don't know how it works at all. So
I really don't either.
For one, I have been I've been called many times for it, but I always
Yeah.
get out of it because I'm self-employed, and it would be a hardship for me to stay away. Like if it was 1 day thing, I could do that. But if it was like a week, or if the trial went on for a month like that, I can't. We can't do that on our for our kind of work that we do.
Right. There was a bee just floating around the mic.
Well, hey, at least it was nice and it didn't go in front of the lens.
That is
would have
true.
been worse. But
But if you guys hear a buzzing, that's what that was.
yeah, and then the other thing, like people that don't like is like unnecessary drama in their lives either. A lot of people don't like that,
Oh yes.
and everybody deals with that at some point in their life.
It's unfortunately a fact, even though ideally it doesn't have to happen. It just does.
Yeah,
You can't really control it,
You can't.
whether you're directly involved or not.
yeah. I've been involved with drama, especially when I got onto Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
because I really didn't have much drama in my life before social media came along, other than just family drama as far as work. Butting heads with my dad and stuff like that at work, stuff like that. That was the extent of my drama. And then
And sure, nobody wants to deal with drama.
yeah,
Sometimes you got to do something about it.
yeah, and then unfortunately, sometimes it slaps you right in the face, whether it's friends or whatever, and you got to deal with it. Like Tom's going through a situation right now with drama. We're not going to bring up about what it's about,
Yeah, no details,
Um,
but it's a doozy.
but it's something that a lot of people go through in life and stuff. And unfortunately, we don't. Sometimes we might not even have anything to do with it. It's just
We're just on the
circumstances that the friends that you have or whatever is going through drama, and then it comes to you, and then you got to make some choices of, whose side am I on? Do I take a side? Do I stay neutral? Do I do, you know what I mean? Like, and that's a lot. It's hard on anybody,
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm sitting here with my hat the other way. I probably had a big shadow on my face, and I know everybody wants to see my pleasant face,
I mean, the sun.
especially since I got my teeth all clean today.
Sun's not really like in your eyes though, so I don't think that really mattered this time. Just saying.
Yeah, well, I got to watch when I take it off, though, don't I?
Don't worry, I don't have anything with me.
Sometimes drama just hits you on the head like an egg.
Like my pockets are empty. Everything's fine.
Maybe mine isn't. Anyway, yeah. So there's a. Can you think of another example of things that you have to do but you don't want to do? Taking your car through inspection, right? That's a pain. I don't know. A lot of states.
That might be another just a U.S. thing. I don't
yeah, but
really
not
know
all
if that's-
states. Some states don't have. I don't think that you have to take it through all the time. In Jersey, we used to have to take it through inspection every year. Then a
Now
law
it's
got.
what, every 2 years.
Now it's every 2 years. Yeah, a law went through. So it's an inconvenience, but it's for the better of
Right.
of the roads and everything. So you don't have cars with like one wheel going down the road and
The wheel going down
cracked
the other side of the road.
windshields. And it used to be we used to have your blinkers checked, everything, your horn, blinkers.
Now it's just,
Steering,
what, fuel emissions?
brakes, everything used to. Now it's just emissions, yeah. So it's changed some.
Which really, you'd think that they wouldn't, like, I get that it saves time only testing the one thing, but you'd think that for the safety of the road and people driving, they'd still test all those things.
Yeah, but I guess they're leaving that up to the police to stop you if you have a blinker out or whatever to stop you and give you a warning for that and or a ticket, depending on how hard of a time you give the cop, whether it gives you a ticket or warning. Most of the time with the blinker out or headlight, they're just going to give you a warning for that. But even though back when there was inspection, you would still get stopped if your headlight, because what's the chance of your headlight not going out after you pass inspection? You know what I mean? Like you have a whole year before the next one. So
2 years now.
yeah, 2 years now. But now
They
it
don't even
doesn't
test
matter.
it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now you just got to keep. And most people don't know that their headlight is out or their tail light unless somebody else tells. Well, actually, headlight yes, tail light no. Because the headlight, usually you can tell when you're driving down the road, you're like, wow, I can't see crap.
Yeah.
It's not as lit up.
Turn on
as
the
it
high
used to
beams,
be.
it's just like, wow, that's a big difference. I
Yeah.
think one of my headlights is out.
Yeah. And, so it's, that's something that you have to do. I'm sure there's probably about a million examples of things that you don't
There's
want to
like
do.
things that are like routine and things that are
People going to
not
school.
routine.
For instance.
School, that's actually a really good one.
Yeah, you guys are going to school and you probably don't want to go to school, but you got to go to school. Actually, do you have to go to school? You can drop out now, what, 16, 15? What is it?
I don't actually know. Technically you don't, but...
Your parents probably have to allow you to drop out, but I think
there's probably a few hurdles you got to jump over.
But then again, that might be a state-to-state thing, too. That's the other thing. Our country's kind of weird in that respect, that it's like state-to-state is different. You hear squeaky? Squeaky, squeaky?
That's my chair.
Oh, knock it off.
Sorry.
Jeez. See, that's another thing. I have that thing where if I hear a sound in the background, it starts to irritate me, especially a constant noise. Like squeaky.
I knew what the term for it was.
Or
I can't remember
chewing.
it. But yeah, he's got
It
it.
starts with an N, doesn't it? Something.
Yeah, but I don't remember what
I got that. If you're chewing it or slurping water while I'm trying to talk and stuff like that, it's really irritating.
But anyway.
And school's one.
School is one of those things that, like, you need to do.
Now, I wonder how a lot of youngsters are now, like, youngsters. Young people. I want to say youngsters because I don't want to all of a sudden say, oh, you took that word from Angry Grandpa, or if I call them youngins and you told that word.
I think you're just going to be called old because of it. I don't think you're going to be compared to anyone.
But no, young people, I wonder how it is now. If school started later, would you guys be happier with that, or no? I mean, because then you get your sleep in, but then you're getting home later.
Right. Just going from my own personal experience, you know, I've been out of school, like I've been out of college for over a year now, and I've been out of public school for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, it's been a while. But, like, I know that since in that time, culture's kind of shifted where more people are online, especially later in the day. So that means that in order to kind of interact with more of the people online, like your friends who are also online, whether it's a video game or just chatting with them on some sort of chat room, then you're going to want to stay up later to do that.
Yeah.
The social interactive is different. It's not the be home by sundown, it's, hey, I'll be on after 9.
And most young people, their schedule is different than older people. It's that you want to, you know, your sleep schedule is different. And also, most young people need a lot more sleep than older people do.
Right, which is very true.
Tom needs 42 hours.
A day.
Yeah, even though there's only 24.
That's the joke.
Yeah, but he does. Tom needs sleep, and a lot of people need sleep. I you know, on Twitter, because I talk to people all the time, where I see what they wrote. A lot of people have the same thing, that they stay up really late.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, it's sometimes when I tweet out in the morning, "Good morning," I get messages back to me that say, "Oh, I haven't went to bed yet."
Yeah.
I get, you know, my tweets are usually between around 6 to 6:15, somewhere in that area. And
so yeah, that's kind of on the problematic end of it, though.
Now, granted, some of them are probably from, because I don't know where they're from. They could be from the West Coast, where it's only 3
It'd be 3 in the morning. That's still late.
But it's like, yeah, but you know what? I remember being that age, and it was like that too. I can remember like being out all night partying and stuff, and then I would go to work the next day, stayed up all night.
Well, right, but there's a little less of an excuse.
Now, if I did, I would just drop dead. That just would be how it is.
I mean, today there's a little less of an excuse because generally these people are staying home at that time of night. So they're home, they just don't go to bed.
Yeah.
Whereas in your generation, in order to actually, you know, do anything, you have to go somewhere.
Right. So wish Tom luck in his endeavor of going to
jury duty and drama.
Yeah, whether he's going to get picked or not, who knows. That's what I said. Like, they're liable to pick you, saying, "Oh, he looks like a good guy. He's gonna help my client get off." And what I mean by getting off is,
I know what you meant, but unfortunate phrasing.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of things that you got to do that you don't necessarily want to do, but it's just part of life. Like, a lot of people don't want to cook dinner for when they have to eat.
Right. They'd rather just buy a pre-made meal
or have somebody else make it for them.
Or that.
It's just how life is. But I think you can go into it with a different perspective and just say, "Hey, I gotta go do this thing." It's just, and the sooner I do it, the sooner it gets over with, and I'm done.
Or like, this is something new. Now I will have the experience of doing this thing. Or
Yeah, because
In
I
the
actually,
cases of negative new things, it's
I
like,
actually-
well, if this ever happens again, I have experience I can draw from.
yeah, and I actually think that I told Tom this. I think he's going to enjoy if he does get chosen. I think he'll enjoy it. He won't enjoy. See, the problem with where we live is that if it was like our local
We have a local municipal building,
Municipal
but that's
building,
not
and
where
that's
we go
where
for
the
jury
crew-
duty. We have to go like
about 40 minutes away, between
Yeah.
30 and 40 minutes away to do this. So you travel every day. I think they give you $5 a day or something like that.
right. So it's we're getting paid
doesn't
for
even-
doing it, but it's,
Doesn't even pay for gas, let alone
Yeah.
like your lunch every day and stuff like that.
right.
If it was our local one, I would be wanting to do it.
Yeah, if it was
I
a
would.
local
I'd
one,
be
I'd just be like,
I was like,
sure.
guilty, you're guilty, get out. You're
Uh,
guilty, lock them up.
I don't know if you necessarily get picked, but
I know I probably wouldn't, but that's what I was like, you're guilty.
But
I
it'd be
can
less of a
I
hassle.
can tell by looking at you, you're guilty.
It'd be a lot less of a hassle actually doing it. Is the thing.
Yeah, I would actually enjoy doing it myself, but
And I mean, just today he was saying how he really didn't want to go to the dentist. He just didn't like the hassle of it. He still went.
yeah, got it over with. And then I find out next appointment January. Gotta
3 months
go
away.
again. Yep, and I got to get a crown. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about a crown other than checkers.
I think like a king's crown would be more widely known than
Yeah.
checkers crown.
Nobody plays checkers anymore?
Probably not.
What is wrong with you people? You're all playing Fortnite, that's why. Play some dang checkers and some chess, will you? And get outside. Do some exercise. And I know you don't want to do it, but just
God
do
dang
it.
whippersnappers!
Dang whippersnappers. Can't believe it. Dang
stay off my lawn.
blasted. Anyway, I think we chewed your ear for enough for today.
Probably.
Anything else to add, Tom?
Um,
Okay, so until next time, guys, grab yourself something cold to drink, put your feet on relax. We'll meet you at the lounge. It took too long.
Yeah, I know.